Hey Freddie, we are going to be making a portrait inspired by the art of artist Roberto Lugo. And it's kind of about merging the past with the present and honoring people today in the way that they might have been honored in the past. So we're going to look at some of these vessels, which is kind of a fancy word for vase. So I'm gonna try to pick one. The portrait I'm gonna make today is gonna be of Grandma Tilly. So I'm trying to think which of these shapes reminds me most of her. I think I'm gonna think about which one would fit, which shape would fit this picture well when I cut it out. I think she would like these flowers, but I'm drawn to the fact that this one looks like it's wearing a hat, and Grandma Tilly wears many hats in her life. So I think we'll go with this one. So I'm gonna move the other ones out of the way. And I'm gonna cut out her picture. In Roberto Lugo's work, he often includes black and white portraits of people on these vessels. So that's why I printed this in black and white. You can also just draw a picture, but I liked using the photograph of Grandma Tilly. And one of the things I really love about his artwork is that the black and white portrait in the center of the vessel contrasts or looks kind of different, pops out from all the colorful designs that he surrounds it with. So we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna round off the bottom here so that it kind of fits into the shape of the frame on the vessel. Okay, let's glue it down. Now that we have Grandma Tilly in the center of this vessel, just like we might have an ancient Greek hero or somebody amazing from the past, let's think about what we want to surround her with that kind of tells us something more about her. Roberto Lugo often uses words and phrases and language in his artwork, as well as symbols and design. So let's think of some symbols that maybe remind us of Grandma Tilly. I think the infinity symbol is a definite one. This is kind of reminding me that the art hunt never stops. Maybe we'll put a few little infinity symbols here to kind of create a pattern. Got a little messed up, but I know what they're supposed to be. I kind of like actually that they've become a little bit abstract. It almost looks like infinity symbols that create a chain. What else? Let's put a big giant question mark, because question marks show that she is always curious. And actually, as I'm drawing this dot for the bottom of the question mark, it reminds me that Grandma Tilly loves wearing polka dots. So let's do some polka dot patterns. And orange happens to be her favorite color. So let's stick with the orange. Maybe we'll do some little dots in here too. I want to keep my patterns to one side because I want different parts of the vessel to represent different parts of Grandma Tilly. I think we should also do an exclamation point because she is always super enthusiastic. So do a big exclamation point down here. Maybe we'll do a few little ones here. And these are all symbols that are reminding me of the infinite art hunt. One of the things I also love in Roberto Lugo's work is that he often will include animals that maybe symbolize something about the person on the vessel. So what animal do I think represents or symbolizes Grandma Tilly? I'm gonna say an owl. because she's super wise, always looking out for the people in her life. Can I draw an owl? I'm just gonna do the top of his head. Do a little beak down here. And then I want to put something in here that represents me, because yes, this is about Grandma Tilly, but I'm the artist, so I want to make sure that I'm represented in here as well. And often in Roberto Lugo's work, even though he's trying to tell you something about the person on the vessel, he also tells you something about his culture, where he's from, things that he's interested in. So I really like rainbows, so I'm going to put a big rainbow behind Grandma Tilly's head. And that's telling you something about the artist. Since we have so much in here that's telling us something about Grandma Tilly, now you have something that's telling you something about me. Oh, and one more thing that I have to include for Grandma Tilly is a paintbrush, because she is an amazing artist. And since she likes orange, put some orange paint on the brush with a little paint drip. And maybe we'll even throw in a palette at the bottom to tie the bottom and the top together. So it's really fun that we have all of these different shapes of vessels that you can work with in all of these printables, but it's also really easy to draw your own vessel if you don't have a printer. So it really kind of just is a symmetrical shape and a swirl on, or a curve on each side. So now you have a shape that's inspired by the past, and a picture of a person from the present, from today, and that's why we call it a past meets present portrait. Have fun making your own portrait vessel, Freddie.